Shillue in for Greg on this very special edition of Gutfeld. Let's kick things off with some headlines. Today, President Trump held his 7th cabinet meeting in 7 months, many more than his predecessor. He also had far fewer accidents on the rug. The DNC reportedly agreed to pick up Kamala Harris's $20 million outstanding campaign tab as part of a handshake deal. And her husband, Doug, will receive a nanny to be named later. Following RFK Jr. and Pete Hegseth's fitness challenge, the New York Times is warning that doing 100 push-ups and 50 pull-ups could be dangerous, which would make this man the safest person alive. To prepare for future trips, a NASA crew is undertaking a 378-day mission to simulate the conditions on Mars. The crew is so isolated and alone, they say it's a lot like being in the audience at a Joe Mackey show. Oh. I just wanted to see his face. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson said that if President Trump sent the National Guard to clean up his city, the people would rise up. He wanted to say more, but he had to duck behind the lectern and take cover. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says he is taking names of anyone who supports President Trump in his efforts to fight crime in Chicago. Not surprisingly, he's also taking names of anyone who can make a kick-ass meatball sub. Southwest Airlines announced plans to require plus-size passengers to pay extra, which will take effect in January. The new rule was supposed to happen sooner, but it got stuck in Houston. And finally, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged after 2 years of dating. Many, many, many. I was going to say many are congratulating them. 2 people are congratulating them. But some are saying it is cruel that Taylor is using Travis to get back at her ex. Yeah. So, how bad are things going for the Democrats? Put it this way, even CNN is mocking them.
The Democratic brand right now has about the appeal with the American voter as the Cracker Barrel rebrand has with the American consumers. Bad, bad, bad. What are you doing? Oh, my goodness gracious.
So yeah, the channel that spent years building a shrine to the DNC is now starting to wonder if they've gotten themselves into something that they're not prepared for. And the numbers back it up. In swing states, Republican registration is at its strongest point since at least 2005. So as the GOP is stacking voters like Costco stacks toilet paper, Democrats are still trying to convince you that streets run by fentanyl gangs are part of the urban renewal plan. So what are Democrats going to do about this? Let's check in with the DNC chair for the Dems' bold new direction.
I'm sick and tired of this Democratic Party bringing a pencil to a knife fight. We cannot be the only party that plays by the rules anymore. We've got to stand up and fight. We're not going to have a hand tied behind our back anymore. Let's grow a damn spine and get in this fight, Democrats.
Well, grow a damn spine? That guy couldn't grow mold in a Bangkok shower drain. Then there was Tim Walz, once again insulting more than half the country.
Think of how easy it would be to be a damn Republican. Oh, what should I wear today? This stupid freaking red hat. What should I say today? I don't know. Just make sure it's cruel. Who do we listen to? That guy. Oh, the felon in the White House? Yeah, listen to him and that will be fine. We can have our internal decision-making, our internal healthy debates, but I refuse to believe we do not have the luxury to fight amongst ourselves while that thing sits in the White House.
Another progressive tough guy looking for a fight. But hey, I wouldn't fight him. Those jazz hands are dangerous. Clearly, the Democrats want to out-Trump Trump, but they can't. They don't have the playbook. And even if they did, Jasmine Crockett couldn't read it. Remember 2015? The media and the party hated Trump, but voters loved him because everything he said that horrified the elites was exactly what the average American was thinking. Trump bent the party to his will, and it just so happened it was also the will of the people. Look at the Democrats' new stars. AOC, Zohran Mamdani, the socialist guy from Minnesota whose name I don't know, but he looks like the guy who stole the ship from Captain Phillips. That guy. They're on the fringe of their party, too. They, too, say shocking things, but average voters don't like it. When Trump said build the wall, that was common sense, and average Americans nodded. Democrats are selling policies no one outside of the faculty lounge actually wants. If you want to be a populist, your ideas actually have to be popular. Otherwise, it's just performance art. It's like a slam poetry reading where the only person clapping is the poet slapping himself on the back. Now, let me try to help a bit. Here's lesson number 1. Do not say this.
Don't take the bait in talking about migrant crime or carjackings or the things that actually don't matter to that many Americans. And then go to the policy proposals that we think work.
Migrant crime and carjackings are things that don't matter to many Americans? Tell that to Big Balls. And how about Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, who proved he's not just out of touch, he's out of breath. Listen to this.
Well, here I am on the path on the lakefront at 6 a.m. on a Monday. And we got a lot of people running, having a great time. It doesn't feel like a hellhole here. In fact, everybody's having a great time and enjoying themselves.
What? Was he totally sucking wind there, or was he sucking on a hot dog? I guess Trump was right about Pritzker when he said this.
And bad politicians, like a guy like Pritzker, he ought to spend more time in the gym, actually.
Unless there's a gym that offers an all-you-can-eat shrimp bar, I don't see that happening. So right now, the Democrats' biggest problem isn't Trump, it's the Democrats, period. So the party is stuck. And voters, well, they're more lost than Joe Biden trying to find his way off a stage. Welcome tonight's guest. His wallet offers seating for 8 Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary. He knows 18 ways to kill a man, 19 if you count watching tonight's show. Host of the President's Daily Brief podcast, Mike Baker. She talks so fast, her words are already on tomorrow's show. Co-host of Outnumbered, Emily Campagno. And he uses manhole covers as coasters. New York Times best-selling author, comedian, former NWA. Okay, Emily, let me ask you this. Obviously, the Democrats are struggling, right? It's not going to go on forever. People end up finding their footing, but they are certainly lost now, aren't they?
And people keep describing it, both within their party and mainstream media, as a messaging problem. They don't have a messaging problem at all. It's crystal clear exactly where their values are. It's crazy to me that they can't go through this auditing process. They can't have this closed-door summer camp and not come out with the conclusion that where they have gone wrong is prioritizing everything behind hardworking Americans. They're prioritizing, biological males in women's sports. They're prioritizing prosecuting and suspending kids that dare to stand up for their privacy. Women and parents who dare to stand up for autonomy over their children, Americans that dare to stand up for autonomy of their borders or their homes or their flag, pro-Judaism, pro-Israel, pro-allies, everything, all of that has been totally distorted and bastardized for their gimmicky approach. And that's the thing, when you dig deep into who their party leaders are, it's everyone that is serving likes and clickbait, and no one is serving constituents. All of them are only here for the dopamine, but I'm not quite sure why there's no voice of reason whatsoever in the party that says, wait, hang on a minute, guys. Let's be rational for a second. So I'm happy watching this ship go down in flames. I'll pop that popcorn because I don't see anything changing anytime soon.
Yeah, I think Emily's right, Kevin, but you know, there was a time, I'm old enough to remember the 90s when you had Bill Clinton and he had to triangulate and find the third way, you know, and that's how he ended up going up against Newt Gingrich. And he was very successful in doing that, but there aren't any centrist Democrats anymore, at least not ones that are getting any airtime.
Yeah, I made a lot of money with Clinton. I like that one. He was pro-business. I remember I went to a fundraiser in Boston for him. It was the same time the Monica Lewinsky thing was going on. And my wife said, I'm not going with you. I'm just standing up for women. I said, come on, you got to show up. This is for education. I was doing the whole Rita Rabbit thing then. And she said, no, I'm not doing it. But I finally convinced her. And when he met her, she went, oh, Mr. President. The guy had charisma. Like, he just oozed charisma. And he was a really interesting guy. I think Al Gore was a little boringo. He was part of that story.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
he was not so hot. But Clinton, I mean, that's what they need now. They need somebody to come out of nowhere. Maybe Arkansas again. Just out of nowhere, a fresh face, new ideas. And they have to do it soon because midterms are coming around the corner.
Yeah.
So if you're going to get any momentum, and I really think it'll be somebody we've never heard of because it couldn't get worse. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, it's just like trying to hire a new CEO for a broken company. All of these guys I wouldn't hire. They suck.
Baker, I mean, so you get someone in who's got charm, okay? Obviously, Bill Clinton charmed the American voters. Obama charmed the American voters. But it's not just charm. I mean, you're going to have trouble passing the test of the Democrats, which is the far left now. You can't get by the squad. They're the ones holding all the cards.
Yeah, no, it's true. And by the way, you did Rita Rabbit?
Yeah.
My daughter
The only reason you can read is me.
Yeah, well, who said I can read? Yeah, no, it's the primary process. We can thank that in part because it gives the voice to the hard edges, right? Both for the right and the left.
Yeah.
So in a sense, you're absolutely right. Now, I don't think what Kevin said about it's going to be someone we haven't heard of. I don't think so because I don't think they've got time, right? Frankly, to build up that name recognition, even up the 3 years before the presidential election, because they get drowned out by people like Mamdani. Yeah. Right? Ilhan Omar came out today with a tweet or an X or whatever we call it nowadays, saying abolish ICE. They're doubling down on all these ridiculously stupid ideas. Mamdani is a 33-year-old who hasn't had a significant work experience, right? And yet people are falling into this, right? He's spouting the same crap that we've heard since Stalin, and you've just got a different generation of gormless sheep that say, yeah, that sounds good, free. Give me that. And so they're all getting behind him, even though they say, well, we're a little uncomfortable with Mamdani. They don't have any other options.
Yeah. I mean, that's where the energy is behind these people like Mamdani and the squad, as I was saying, Tyrus. But when Trump went against his party, like I was saying, Trump went against the party, and it was where the heartland was. Democrats, they're going against their party, but they're going way, way left, right?
Well, they're not Democrats. We got to stop. Harold Ford is a Democrat. You can have a conversation with that man. You can have a disagreement with him and not walk away feeling like you need a shower. So this is a socialist. Thank you. This is a socialist party that's disguising themselves. But here's the bigger picture that they don't quite get it. You're not, and in all their little soirees and their little meetings, they're still talking about the one thing that they can't get back. President Trump beat you.
Yeah.
There's no rematch. He isn't running again. And they're still talking about ways to beat him. And that's the problem. This is why we have referees in sports. Otherwise, every Super Bowl would be like, one more quarter, one more quarter. And that's what they keep doing. They think they can do it long enough to where they'll get one thing. But again, none of the people that are in positions of leadership are there because they were voted in or there was stuff behind them. They were appointed. They were we need to have this person. We need to have that person. And they put all these people in there. And none of them said, we need to put a person in here who has a skill set that can have a conversation. You think about it, their best and brightest was Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. That was the best of their party. And the fact that they would even ask Tim Walz to come back. Sir, you will go down in history as being the only man with the ability to make Kamala Harris look worse.
Exactly.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.